And while I was taking the classes for bachelor's degree, I was also studying to write my NCLEX. Because I was already in my 30s when I came to US. Using Indeed and ZipRecruiter to advertise my job. There was another job board. So at least two have told me to reach back out to them towards the end of their contract, and I will do that. When I lift it up and down like this, I feel like there's something hooked here. My question is, when you soak in the bathtub, are you supposed to take a shower before or after, or does this count as my shower? It gives the feeling of being in a hot tub. Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If this is your first time watching my YouTube channel, my name is Chioma. I am a registered nurse. I have a bachelor's degree in nursing. I came in with my student visa, and all my thought process was I was coming here to do my RN to BSN. But when I got here, they told me in the school during orientation that I could not be in a BSN program because I am not licensed in the United States. I ended up registering for the traditional bachelor's degree program, Aaron. And that's how I met my girlfriends that I hang out with. Yeah, I was in school for 2 years, from 2014 to 2016, with like 18 years old, 19. Oh my God, I remember when I used to talk to my girlfriends, I'll be like, these college kids, they kept making fun of me. Like, some of them couldn't believe how old I was. I was already in my 30s when I came to US, at least close to my mid-30s. I was in denial initially, but after a while, I just manned up, took my classes, and while I was taking the classes for bachelor's degree, I was also studying to write my NCLEX. So I was finally able to write my NCLEX exam, and I passed it in 2016. And as soon as I passed it, I started to work in the nursing home part-time. In case you're wondering, this is banana peanut butter smoothie. As an international student, so I had to be in the campus for my first year with my roommates. My goodness, young children, college kids. First time they're leaving their parents' home, and then be my roommates or my housemates. I could not work off campus my first year because I was an international student. Maybe my first 6 months in US, I started working in the dining hall part-time until I did my NCLEX. When I passed it, I stopped working in the dining hall. I was now working part-time in the nursing home. My classes were switched to RN to BSN now, so I stopped taking some of those traditional bachelor's degree programs and then concentrated on classes for RN to BSN. When I started doing the RN to BSN program, I'm meeting people who've actually worked as RN, so the conversation was a lot more different there. We're all more like discussing about community health program, specializing in different areas of nursing. And if you wanted to be permanent night, permanent morning shift, you wanted to do ICU, nurse anesthesiology, all those kind of stuff. So those were the conversations we're having there, which was a lot different. But we were not even talking about owning businesses. When I left Nigeria to come to US, I actually told myself that I was not going to do anything nursing related. I told myself that I would do something different. since I was going to be in school. Let me just go to school and study something entirely different. But when I came in and I checked the economy, futuristic, I was thinking like, what will make me money fast? And it was nothing. So that's why I stayed and I'm still there. But I've always wanted to own a business because my mom owned a business, my dad had a business. So I always wanted to do it, but I never really ventured. There was always something, the risk, the uncertainty, because yeah, I know my parents did it, but eventually they had to pack it up. I do own my business, which is what I always talk about. I'm so happy when I'm working on that business. I don't know why it feels different. It's like I'm doing something for myself. I just like it. I enjoy it. I registered my business in 2022, but that whole year I did not do anything. I just had a business name registered. I didn't do nothing. 2023 as well, I didn't really do anything until like mid 2023. That's when I started to put energy and effort into the business. I want to say maybe towards the end of the 2023 was when I had my first placement, and that person actually completed their contract even though she was not working the whole shift. I Can Staffing Agency is on the 4th year now, and whew, I'm gonna see what would happen when I complete this contract. Aside from using Indeed and ZipRecruiter to advertise my job, there was another job board, call them Better Team. I paid for an annual subscription, and in that annual subscription I can post 3 jobs and I can keep updating those 3 jobs. Thing is, I keep forgetting that I have these people. It will so expire. I have not had one person. Oh, I had one person apply and I tried to contact the person. They never responded. Their phone number did not go through. I sent email and they did not reply that email. So there's that. This is my life now, working as a travel RN full time. I'm still trying to make out time to make this business work, make some money. So I'll keep you guys posted. Today, I just came back from running and I want to go and soak in a bathtub. I have not done this in years. The last time I did it was in Texas. The soap and the salts that I'm going to use are the ones I had in Texas. I hope it will not peel off my skin. Peel off my skin. We'll see. Anyway, I did update that job, my 3 job post. I changed it to new job openings. I'm hopeful something will come up. I've been consistent to post something at least once in a week or even twice in a week on those Facebook groups. Push the agency's name out there. I'm still very positive about all of this and I'm hopeful that something would happen. I may have mentioned this before, but working 12 hours shift and doing this full time is not very feasible. I try to do as much as I can when I'm off work. Try to call people. There was even one day that I sent text messages to the previous people I've communicated with that I have their numbers. I try to message them when I have openings around their area that they're close to. But what I'm finding out is a lot of them are on a contract. So at least 2 have told me to reach back out to them towards the end of their contract, and I will do that. And then later today, I have to do some errands. I want to go see a chiropractor because I noticed that, see this, my leg, I'm not able to when I lift it up and down like this, I feel like there's something hooked here. It makes it, I can move it, but it's painful. Then when I move it like this, it's even worse. So I don't know if a chiropractor can help me release that kink. I don't have it on this one. Because I go there and they tell me to move my leg, I do it. I do everything. I can do all the range of motion, but there's just something there that doesn't feel right. Like right now. It just don't feel right. Same thing like when I go to do this or that. All the stones I'm stepping on, and these people just came and cleaned. See, when I was growing up, my grandma made us to sweep on our bare foot. You're not supposed to step on any kind of sand when you clean. All right, let me go soak. All right, so this is it. I have this, the salts, and the soap. It doesn't have direction. It just say pour a generous amount. My question is, when you soak in the bathtub, are you supposed to take a shower before or after? Or does this count as my shower? I think I'm gonna have to take a shower before I sleep. I took a shower after soaking in the bathtub, but it did feel good. It gives the feeling of being in a hot tub.